My Lord is I lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. Out of rhythm. My Lord is I lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. Out of rhythm. My Lord is I lost my love. Lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. Out of rhythm. My Lord is I lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. Out of rhythm. My Lord is I lost my love.
Welcome to another episode of the LanceScurv Show. I am just so energized this morning, or actually, it shows you how late I woke up. It's actually the early afternoon, right? But I had the pleasure of having a conversation this morning with Thomas T.C. Copeland. And for those of you who may not know who he is a Renaissance man who mastered many areas, especially in the world of entertainment and promotion. And we're talking Daytona Beach. We're talking Bike Week. All right? There's a lot of things that go on in the back room, especially with a racist system that we're in. They don't like us to do things, make money, have fun without them trying to stop us or halt us. I want to thank Sister Hope, who is here and very much a part of this interview and conversation. Like I said, she's the only rice that I mess with. All of the rice out there. We see Sister Ella G here moderating, so trolls, behave yourself. But I want to introduce you both in Sister Hope and, of course, our brother Thomas T.C. Copeland. If you don't know who he is, you're going to really appreciate him after this conversation is completed today, which this is the first of many. Thomas, Hope, how are you doing this afternoon?
So I'm going to do a little introduction, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I just, recently been here in the area for about 3 years. And, I tell you all the time that some of the mindsets of these individuals, I guess it's just something with the South. I don't know. But I'm kind of very picky on who I choose to, give my energy, my time to. Yes. And
I'm laughing because I hear it in your voice, not to cut you.
Yeah.
But I'm laughing because it's like when you watch two fighters come down to the ring and you see they're in shape and the mean business, it's like, oh, this is going to be a good one. So I hear it in your voice. I'm not going to introduce you no more.
So I've given you all some stories, out of Daytona, and unfortunately they just haven't been good ones. But I am honored to share this with you because I'm always trying to just build with someone that's all about supporting us as a community. Entrepreneurship. It's so hard for us all. With that whole melanin. So for this brother, Thomas TC, who I've just recently became acquainted with, to just push so hard, knowing that they don't want us to have anything. I mean, I think if the brother had the right people in his circle to really just fight with him, I think this brother was headed for Black Wall Street right here in Daytona. I mean, it is just fabulous, the things that he shared with me. And I have been telling him, I said, I have a brother that I want to connect you with. But with everything going on with this crazy manufactured corona shit, we're not going to get off really into that. It's been kind of, crazy. So I'm out yesterday and I'm actually was in Orlando yesterday and I come across this brother. And he is just, man, he was like, "You're in Daytona?" I'm like, "Yeah, unfortunately, yeah." So he was like, "They have nothing going on over there. I mean, even Black Bike Week sucks," which Thomas is really not affiliated with that. He's more affiliated with the Black College Reunion. And so the brother did, mention that. And he was like, it was so on point. I mean, this brother had connections that was unreal. I mean, when that event came, people came from everywhere. And I'm like, that's what I don't understand. I mean, Daytona is a tourist area, right? And what he did back in that era, look, my mind is completely blind, okay? He's going to tell you how he got started, who he got started with, how he got started, the people that was in his circle, who he thought was for his best interest, and how things fell. So he's sat back, he's came back to the drawing board. He's ready to launch it again. And I'm going to do everything I can to support him. And those that's familiar with it, hey, I say let's jump on the bandwagon. If we have to be in these communities, our dollars doesn't necessarily have to go to who is against us. Pocket. We can come back together and keep things afloat. So I'm going to give Thomas the floor right now and just listen to, he is such an entrepreneur outside of entertainment, you all. Just hear his story. It's phenomenal.
And take your time, brother. Take your time. Well, and you're right there next to Sister Holt. Just flow. You got a good chemistry. I'm right here. Go ahead, Thomas. The floor is yours. Take your time and get it all out.
Well, thank you very much. And I want to thank Sister Rice for that eloquent introduction. Sister Hope and yourself as well. I thank you all for giving me this opportunity to make some expressions about what we're doing here in Daytona, what we've done, and what we anticipate being done in the near future. First and foremost, it's well settled that liars figure and figures don't lie. With that being said, as an entrepreneur and a business person and also a community activist, I believe in economic empowerment. And with that being said, I formulated a game plan to foster the students that were coming down to participate in the Rites of Spring in Daytona Beach. We ran into some issues to where the kids who were of African-American HBCUs participants were being treated differently than the kids who were coming down for regular, what we call mainstream spring break. One of the first things was that MTV was involved back in the early days of spring break. But back then, MTV had no Black entertainment. And all the entertainment that came down was all Caucasian oriented. So even Black kids wanted to go to the regular spring break events. There was no cultural type events that appeal to Black people. So with that being said, we decided that we would create our own situation and bring our own entertainment in. My background back then was I was a DJ, and I used to throw parties at street parties, and also became a DJ at the radio station at Bethune-Cookman College, which was a small radio station, basically courier current, but it did hit the all the edges of the Black community. And I was able to garner a pretty good support level in the community and popularity that allowed me to have functions that were well attended. Bethune-Cookman College and Florida A&M played a big football game called the Florida Classic. And of course, one year they had issues about sponsorship, so the game was canceled for 1 year. Upon the reconciliation of that event, the students from Bethune-Cookman College and Florida A&M decided that they'd have invite the kids from Florida A&M to Daytona to one of our beach parties. And that was actually the first year of the first Black college reunion. It was a reunion between the two Black colleges celebrating the football game rivalry being back on. And of course, being a DJ and one of the most popular DJs back then, my crew and I, we threw the parties. So that was back in 1984. So now that went on and it gradually grew a little bit each year, and everything was contained with a venue in Daytona called the Band Shell. And then in 1989, all of a sudden, abruptly, the city would not allow the kids to have access to the band shell, to the venue, to have our events. And I wanted to know why, and I was perplexed as to why they would discriminate so blatant. And so I went in as a business person. By this time, I'm selling real estate and in the mortgage business, and I'm no longer in the entertainment side, but I'm still active in the community. So they told me that they weren't going to allow the students to have the band shell because they didn't pay a $600 outstanding debt to the Daytona Beach Police Department. And I thought that was absolutely ludicrous. You're going to stop thousands of people from congregating here and spending tens of thousands of dollars over a $600 debt. So I took it upon me to stand good for the debt the following year. I went in and they charged me $2,700, and the event went off fabulous. At least we thought it did. What happened was, after the event was over, there was a local radio show host called Mark Bernier, who is the local Rush Limbaugh. Okay, need I say more? Everybody was calling his program, making all these derogatory remarks, engaged in a substantial amount of hyperbole about the things that was going wrong. And I was perplexed again, because I was like, well, what event were you guys to? Because I didn't see all this aberrant behavior that you're claiming. And at that juncture, Brother Lance, it was then I knew that they were being disingenuous in their concerns, and it was actually predicated on racial animus. Okay, so let's just call it what it is. You want to call it everything but what it is, because you're embarrassed by it, because you can't say what you really feel about us. So I took it upon myself with a few other people, and I got some other folks involved. And because I was a DJ, I had good contacts with the music industry, record companies in particular. And I was able to get a few smaller record labels to get involved. And back then, I think it was Uncle Luke and the gang from Miami, the bass DJs out of Miami. I got Def Jam Records and Motown, Columbia, and Epic were the labels that I dealt with that year. And they sent some artists down. And we had a fabulous event. Once again, the powers that be didn't see it that way. And every year they kept going up on my fees disproportionately. And I went from $2,700 to one year to $5,200 the next year to right at $11,000 the next year for the exact same event in the same venue. So what they were trying to do, they were trying to make it cost prohibitive. So the price would tell us no, and they would be able to say, well, they can't afford it. That's why they can't do it. Well, Brother Lance, what they didn't know is I was in real estate, and I was very good at extrapolating monies from investment properties and going in to underwrite the expenses that were necessary to keep this event going on behalf of these students. And then it just grew and grew. And I went out and I did a Black College Reunion promotional tour. I toured about 32 historically Black college campuses. And then the event jumped from tens of thousands to over 100,000 people. And that, of course, sent them into frenzy. I also went out and got BET involved. I actually went to Maryland, to Alexandria, Virginia, to BET's headquarters, and I cut a deal to make BET my media partner. Okay, and for years BET was a very good media partner with me until Mr. Johnson decided to sell it to Viacom. At that juncture, BET and my relationship went by the wayside. And they moved their part of the production down to Miami, and thus made everyone think that the entire event had moved from Daytona Beach to Miami. And the legal name for that is called trademark dilution. So they diluted my mark to where people thought that Black College Reunion had moved to South Florida, and that basically is what happened to this magnificent event that garnered over $140 million a year economic impact to this area. And so I've been an uphill battle ever since, and I just kind of went dormant because we had to keep suing them in federal courts. I kept having problems out of my attorneys, having to fire them because the powers that be would get to my attorneys and basically buy them off, and they'd sit down and wouldn't fight for us. a lot of the local leaders who were supposed to be advocates for Black people, even some of the Black leaders, basically sold out as well. So as it turned out, Brother Lance, I turned around and looked for my backup, and my backup had, in essence, backed up. So it kind of left me out here being, the lone soldier, so to speak. But I haven't given up. I just in Sung Soo, when you're weak, you regroup and you retreat, and then you come back. Now I'm ready because I see how they was able to interfere, even down to the point of calling our sponsors, getting our sponsors to pull out, of giving us monies to underwrite a lot of these expenses. They played really, really dirty, but you know what? You can only run that play one time. So we ready to come back at it, reorganize, and get this thing in motion again to give our people some economic empowerment, give our kids some privileges to come and be entrepreneurs and fellowship with their other students and other community people in the community, religious leaders as well. And that's where we are right now.
We thank you for that. So I have a couple questions, Thomas, TC, if you don't mind. So when Black College Reunion, started, like, how long did it actually take you to get it started? And how long was it operable to where it was in the best interest of you? And I'll let you answer those first.
Well, BCR started, like I said, in 1984, and it was actually started with the rivalry of the schools.
Right.
When we had the powers that be actually go over to the school and tell them to stop doing it, I got involved and I, in return, incorporated the name Black College Reunion. Mm-hmm. The reason I did that was to make it a legal entity to give Black College Reunion the legal right to exist. Therefore, anybody that tried to come against it would have to violate the law, therefore giving me legal standing to protect the rights of those kids and all the participants of the event.
So how many years did you run it actually? 84 to what?
Well, the event started in 84. I got involved fully and I incorporated in 1990. Okay. And we did that all the way up successfully. I think our last really big year was around 2008 was our last big year. And since then, it kind of dwindled by the wayside because of like I said, a lot of litigation, even in federal court. We had to sue a couple of the city as well as a couple of hotels. The Adams Mark Hotel was one of the ones that we had to sue. And I had made some contacts through my political involvement with the Justice Department. And we had them come in and actually did a class action lawsuit against the Adams Mark Hotel as well. And so all those things kind of caused the event to kind of fall by the wayside.
Well, it's good to know that you're still active and, wanting, Black College Reunion to reinstate and be, just as prominent as it was back then. And I'm going to do everything I can, to help you get there because, like I said, I've been here the 3 years and we do have Bethune-Cookman here. It's been in the spotlight with negative things, but it takes us, the individuals, that's attending the colleges, the community, to step in and say, hey, this is what we would like to have. I mean, I was just sitting here speaking to him, Brother Lance, a little bit before we connected. Yes. And I was speaking to him. He's not really affiliated with Bike Week, which is here in March. That's the bigger event. And then they have the smaller event of Bike Week in October. So just this past March, they had it. And I was stating to him, the whites come in and they can have it for 2 weeks. No problem. They can access all of Daytona Beach, all of Ormond, Port Orange, all the little areas here. We're kind of quarantined, to like just a certain area where they want us to kind of be grouped. And so I was saying, I said, I just found it funny to where the Blacks came in that Wednesday, and it's a huge event. And for the life of me, just kind of from the outside looking in, the way we're treated, what he went through, people know that, okay? I mean, they're coming. I'm sure the bikers attended. Why would you still come here and support when everything, the vendors, everything is being shut down? So with me saying that, Bike Week was here this year, March, and the whites was here. I mean, they was everywhere. By the time the blacks came in, got set up in their hotels, everything, they're getting notices that because of this manufactured virus, that they have to pretty much pack up and leave. Okay, so I feel the mayor should get letters addressed to him. He grew up here. Okay, you know how this community used to be. All right. But then I thought about it. I mean, look who he working for. So it's only so much we can expect for him. But at the same time, when are we going to say no? And that's why I appreciate him. He did what he had to do. He put the permits in. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to have. This is my community. This is where I live. And this is what I want as far as entertainment. Okay, same rights as the MTV Spring Breakers white kids come down here. We should be able to enjoy that as well. Okay, but we'll get all type of citations for this, citations for that. But if we work together collectively and say, hey, we are not going to accept this. Excuse me. The white kids gonna come here, and I seen it firsthand. Like, I go out, you know me, I go out and I network. But again, by the time the black bikers got here, they was sending them away. They was telling the vendors they got to pack up. They have to, you know, I mean, it's a huge event. It's a huge event. So if something comes here because it's not that much entertainment, you know, they're going to come. I'm going to come because I want to support Black, you know. So just kind of looking from the outside in and just kind of getting acquainted with him. Look, my hat's off to him because we're in the South. It's a very racist area. No, they don't want us having anything. I'm actually sitting in one of his properties here. He's shown me a few more. I mean, I've been with him and we've just been networking, and he is such an entrepreneur. I give that to him. And I'm just like, it's so sad that you have, I mean, just did so much and the community is not standing behind you. So we were speaking a few weeks back, and it's something that he wants to continue to do. So we're going to try to get on board, you know, reconsider, you know, going back to the drawing board, see what we need to do so that Black college reunion can be relevant. We can come to this area, you know, and be just as much, you know what I'm saying, in control as when the white kids come here for Spring Bling. Yes. I don't mean to be all over the place, but like I said, they was here. You good. They was here for the Black Bike Week. I'm talking thousands of dollars because the hotels stay closed. They stay closed in the white areas. They stay closed pretty much in the Black areas. Yeah, white people come here for, you know, their snowbird, stuff like that. So some of the hotels, you know, beachside gets a little bit more business versus the ones, you know, on the Ave, or, you know, they put the Blacks in when they come here for Bike Week. So they're getting their money like year or two in advance because they're constantly coming and they have to book those rooms way ahead of time. They price gouge also. Okay, so you tell them that they can't be here, vendors get shut down, they have to pack up and go back. But at the same time, the white kids here, they're Spring Bling and they're partying, they're having a good time. Why are we so quick to accept no? You understand? So people was like that. They'll look at him and they'll be like, oh, he's just a Black man, you know, that was in business. His business failed. It just doesn't take that Black man. It takes us as a community to get up in these, look, we get these motherfuckers in office for those that vote or whatever. You understand? We get the mayors, all of that. This is a motherfucker. What's his bitch name? Derrick Henry. We get you in office, an area you grew up in, I'm sure, when you decided that you know, wanted to take that route. Okay, we got you there. We hold you accountable. You're good enough to come into our communities when you want us to vote for you. Okay, be good enough to say, okay, I see your vision. I see your idea. Let me take this back and see what we can do. It has to be some balance. Our dollars should just not be going into their pockets for entertainment. We like our own entertainment. We like things done a certain way in our own communities, but it takes us collectively to do it. I understand his plight and I appreciate his plight. And I think what he did was phenomenal. And what he's still planning on doing is phenomenal. But it takes us as a community to do it.
Beautifully said.
We have a couple Black businesses that's here, a couple Jamaican restaurants, a little fish place. I think it's called Crab Stop. I mean, we have to work it together, like I said, collectively. Okay, so if he still decides he wants to continue, he gets the permits and everything that he has to do for the Black college reunion, they're not realizing that's money for them. We need the vendors for food. You understand? We need the vendors to come out here and sell the herbs. We need the vendors out here to come out there and sell the African jewelry that a lot of people's promoting. We need people to come out here with material to enlighten us. You understand?
That's right.
That's how we network. And it's so sad because just talking to him, it was certain people that was in his circle, us, all black folks ain't kinfolk. That's why you have to be very careful who's in your circle. You have to be very careful. Very ones that he thought was right there rocking with him got infiltrated by whiteys to help bring him down.
See?
They got too thirsty. But if you sit and wait, okay, and let him get where he needs to be, okay, maybe he can come back and get you right where he's at. But no, white people came and threw some money. Tell us his next move. Tell us what he's doing so we can stop this shit before it get here. You understand? We have to wait. Be patient. That's this man's vision. He brought you on board because he's seen something in you. Okay, let him get where he's getting and he can help you. But nah, he's doing too much. That's that crab barrel syndrome. That's that jealousy syndrome that we need to let go. Now everybody, the very ones that's in his corner, walking around here, scratching their heads, looking for the next come up, when you could have been right here still rocking strong with this man, making Daytona Beach more prominent for us than what the hell it is. And he's still sitting here going through all type of legal stuff, trying to get it back where it needs to be. But it's cool because he got somebody right here in this corner. Whatever he needs me to do, I'm going to be right there because I'm telling you, it's no type of entertainment. None.
Yes, I'm right with you.
None. None.
And that's true.
And those people who face he be in, I'll be right there with him because it does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. And when we have those people that's not respecting us, that doesn't see our visions the way that we see it, that's straddling the fence, let's get rid of their asses too. They don't mean us any good. They don't. They don't.
We definitely have to blow it up there because people need to see the visuals also. I really do within the week. Whenever you're free, I want to come up there and just do a drive-through and just, have you just talk it. And I want them to see what it really looks like from block to block, how it can turn from certain places looking a little more fluent. And when it comes to us, how down it's very depressing.
But that same money that you're putting to build, and when I say dilapidated, I'm talking homes, I'm talking businesses, even on Mary McLeod Bethune, is that correct? Where they hold Bike Week. It's nothing beautiful over there. It's a freaking eyesore. I think it was a movie theater over there once. It was so much. Like, why is this shut down? What happened? You understand? I don't get it. It's an eyesore. It's very depressing. It's very depressing. I'm just like, wow. So just speaking with him, knowing what he done, knowing what he tried to bring to this area for us, I appreciate that because, I mean, it happens all the time for us up north, although they don't want us to have anything, but a black man willing to go out there and go against those that don't want us to have anything and be, like, successful. Although he had a lot of monkey wrenches thrown at him, my hat's off to him because it's not easy, especially when you got your own. I mean, it's bad enough. We know what these whiteys gonna do. But when it's your own bringing you down, your very own bringing you down.
Sellouts.
Sellouts.
To the max.
We have to stop being that way. Everybody's always talking, let's support black. Let's redo another black Wall Street. It's very possible. But we have to strategically work it together. And not every move, it doesn't need to be stated. We don't have to run back to Whitey's, Hope and TC finna do this. No. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Just wait your turn. Let us get this, moving. And you know what? Once we get everything moving, everybody's going to eat. Everybody's going to eat. I'm going to give the floor back to him.
That's hard. That's a hard act to follow. Sister Hope just laid it down. You know what I'm saying? And
she sure did.
kept it 100 on steroids, exponentially.
Brother, I just want to say one thing, man. You one of the easiest, I won't say interview because that's like back and forth, but you flow. Sister Hope is phenomenal. Just don't think because I'm sitting here quiet, like, no. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I can sit here and listen to y'all all day. So I have all day. So don't hold back. This thing is going to end when you want it to end. I'm not breaking. This is too sweet. Like I said, the way you break it down. And I'm quite sure many who live in the Daytona Beach area and up in that whole city, because I don't know it that well. That's a place I drive through. I've gone there, you know, of course, to see Hope, but I don't really know it like that. But the times I've gone through, I'm like, woo, is it only meth heads up here? Is it only?
Well, listen, you're only a hop, skip, and a jump away. So the invitation remains open always. You have open invitation.
Don't tell me that. I'll be up there in an hour. But
what I wanted to
express within a week we'll do something. But go ahead, brother. The floor is yours.
What I want to express to you is I have a few people who are very they're actually Mongols in the entertainment business, who I still am involved with some projects with because of relationships that were consummated, in the early days of BCR,
yes,
of helping a lot of these artists who were unknowns back then rise to their level of national and international prominence. And I still maintain a very positive and working relationship with them, some who actually branched off into the music business as well as the entertainment and movie business as well.
Yes.
And we're working on some movie projects as well, some pretty big projects, one of which entails a new movie coming out called The Thought That Stole Christmas. And it's we're slotted to have Tiffany Haddish have the lead role in it.
Right.
There's a brother by the name of Tony Mercedes that he and I work very closely together. Tony and I got involved back when I did the Black College Reunion promotional tour back in 1991, and I found him in Augusta, Georgia, and he gave me let me listen to a piece of music on an ADAT back then, and I don't know if you know much about the music side of what ADATs were back in the day.
No, I don't.
That's a digital recording tape that was the final mix down before it was pressed to go to vinyl.
Okay.
So he had a little club called Shakey's, and when I came through promoting Black College Reunion, he and of course back then I was a pretty renowned DJ. He told me he wanted me to listen to a record that he had produced, and what I thought about it, and it was still on ADAT, wasn't even pressed yet. So he put the song on, and it came on. Look at these girls these days, Duke song, and then L.A. Snow was riding on it, right? And back then I was working with a group out of Miami called Poison Clan, who Uncle Luke had found, and JT Money's a very, very good friend of mine. And we've been down since way back in the day when Poison Clan was a small group out of Miami. And I said, well, Tony, that's going to be a hit because he sounded a lot like JT Money. And, you know, JT and Poison Clan at that time, they were pretty prolific with Shake What Your Mama Gave You, which was a big hit way back in the day.
Shake What Your Mama Gave You. Shake What Your Mama Gave You.
That one. And just as Hope is sitting here in my home, people like JT and people like Tony also, you know, have shared my home with me, and because that's how tight we are. So with that being said, those are some other people who I want to invite into your microphone.
Of course. Of course.
Where we can talk about what we did together, but you could also, they have their own legacy. Like I said, that song, after I brought it back to Florida and I went to get radio play, and of course I played it at all my events, ended up selling like 3 million albums, okay?
Wow.
Then he came back with another song that he sent me called That's Just My Baby Daddy. Of course, that was a big hit as well. Then we did JT Money with Who That, Who That, Who That, and that was a big hit as well. And then Tony left there and went to LaFace Records, and he got a Grammy because he co-published a song called "I Don't Want No Scrubs." So
I love that song.
He has 2 Grammys, and he sold over 26 million albums. And I got him now involved with a black female race car driver, Tia Norfleet. That's one of my projects as well I'm working with. And Tony and he just sent me a correspondence saying he's so excited about working with Tia. He couldn't believe that after his legacy as a Mongol in the entertainment, that he could get excited about being involved with the first black female licensed NASCAR driver. So those are the kind of things that we're doing, man. And I'm excited about being a part of your circle and making you a part of our circle as well.
I'm all in, brother. I'm all about the work.
So I'm going to give it back to Sister Hope.
Yes. Thank you so much. We're going to talk afterward, too, but we're going to keep it flowing.
Well, Brother Sister Lance, Hope, I greatly appreciate you in allowing Thomas to share his story. So we're both very business-minded.
You don't have to say it like that. Anything, you snap your finger, it's a done deal. You snap your finger, it's a done deal. So let me tell you something. Me and Sister Hope are so close that we so close that I went to the ATM the other day and forgot my PIN code and had to call her to get it. That's how close we are. Go ahead.
He just told you how close we are. So anybody that's like all about us, our community, and Brother Lance. Like I told you, I don't deal with a lot of people in Daytona. I mean, their mindset is just it's not me. I mean, they just don't know how to think for themselves. They just it's just terrible. So when I met him, I was like, it's the reason we met. Like, it's the reason we met. And he has quite a few properties, and he was actually telling me that he's ready to sell. I'm like, no. You're sitting on a gold mine. So we just kind of chopped it up, and, I kind of, shared, some viewpoints of mine that I had with him. He decided to keep the property. So he's actually in real estate, you all. He's all about it. He knows his stuff. So we share a lot. So he expressed to me how, he really, really wanted to get, Black College Reunion, back, where it needs to be. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, you can't move by yourself. It has to be done collectively. I mean, both of us can't do it, but we're trying to get the right people on our team, that's willing to, step forward, have a plan and not accept no. I mean, we're going to keep harassing them. And if it comes to the point, we just got to do it. That's what we have to do.
That's right.
And on a side note, I mean, let's think about what's going on, family. I mean, I know we talk about various things on here. They just shut the nation down, you all, with this allegedly virus that they want us to believe came from China.
Talk about
they're in their second phase, okay? And think about how fast it came from China, allegedly, to the United States. Remember, they had their first case in Washington, but it took its toll on New York and other places. It's taking its toll on Massachusetts. It's taking its toll right now on the Indian reservation, okay? Let's not be so distracted by that. Let's really focus on how they just went into this young lady's house in Kentucky who was in her bed that was shot 8 times. Let's look at Ahmaud Arbery running in his community, okay, jogging in his community, all right? And, yeah, they made the arrest of the alleged individuals, right? Let's really look at the big picture, okay? They are symbolizing and setting up systematically what's to be, okay? Martial law and New World Order is coming, okay? I know some people is for this stimulus check. Some people's against this stimulus check. If you get it, don't be so stupid, okay? Look, my hair is a hot mess, you all. I don't care about how my hair look. I don't care about how my toes look. I don't care about my fingernails. I don't care about my clothes. As long as my ass is clean, I can go out here with my sane mind, okay? Let's start really protecting, okay, not only our minds, okay, but our bodies and our seeds, okay? Okay, and what I'm saying to you all is get you some stuff, all right? Food, water, stuff, all right, that's going to hold you over because they're coming inside our homes. All right. They're coming. That was a test run, what they did in Kentucky.
Tell it.
If you look at this lady's background, she actually worked for them. She was an EMT. She worked for them. How do you get the wrong house? All right. Let's look at the smoke screen. Let's look at what they're telling us, but also what they're not telling us. Let's not be so quick to believe what they're saying is the truth, because it's not. All right? We have to do what we need to do to protect us. And I'm just going to say it. Get yourself some damn ammo and some fucking guns, some ice picks, some baseball bats. Okay? Fuck the Jordans. Fuck the fucking shoes. Fuck the weeds and shit. You don't need that shit. That's all a fucking distraction. They're putting it out there for you to spend your money. They putting everything's a competition. Oh, she got the $300 weave. Let me go get the folk. Fuck all of that shit.
Tell it.
Her significant other shot, but he did not kill. Okay, you come up in my shit, I'm killing all y'all asses. All right? You have a right while you are in your home to defend yourselves. So while we sitting here trying to figure out what they're going to charge them with and what lie they're going to come up, these motherfuckers is writing other shit into martial law. They're writing other shit into New World Order. They shut the shit down. We need to shut the shit down. If we are not going to get respected, okay? All right? Our money spends very well in their fucking community. That's how they keep us at bay the way that they do. But we won't spend our money with Brother TC when he has his events. All right? We'll allow them to shut him down. All right? And he going through a bunch of legal shit for us to have. So you decide you want to go out here and you want to sell your little oils and shit like that, or you want to sell your little, hair tops and shit like that. You know what? You can be a vendor when he hosts his event.
That's right.
It's all about building. We don't get that though. We just it's closed down. We'll figure something else out. Fuck that. Fuck that. They don't want to fucking respect us. They can't put all of us out. They ain't got enough jails to put all our asses in, all right? Let's turn these fucking, when they sitting up here beating on a brother, turn your fucking phone off. Go out there and get you some baseball bats. They want to sit here and beat a brother all upside the damn fence and shit, and they got their backs. Let's get a baseball bat, give them a couple blows to the goddamn head. They should not be beating on our children and beating on our brothers. What the fuck we scared of? What are we scared of? What we scared of? We so silly with these phones. We turn the phones on and record everything. Stop recording all of this shit. And they sitting here beating a brother down. Well, that ain't my problem. And just keep, no. Stop your, look, I don't give a fuck if you got to run them motherfuckers over. Run them over, kill them, and keep it fucking moving.
That's right.
They are killing us, y'all, and we just sitting here, oh well. It do not hurt until it's on your doorstep. It does not hurt until it's your family. Every single time one of us fall, it should hurt us all. It should hurt us all. I say if shit don't get better, fuck the car notes, fuck the rent, fuck the mortgages, fuck it all, fuck their jobs. Why are we steady keeping them afloat when they treating us like nothing? We are the Aboriginals. We are the ones that's here. They want to keep talking about these fucking dinosaurs and these reptilians and shit. Yeah, that's y'all motherfucking history. That ain't ours. They're trying to incorporate themselves to be relevant. They know that their time is up. They know that, and they doing every fucking thing they can, y'all, to survive. When are we going to do it? Until we get respected, you all, don't fucking vote. Don't let that stimulus check get you fucked up. If you get that stimulus check, get you some shit to protect you and your family. You ain't got to buy no high dollar shit. as far as food and water and shit, because there's ways to purify that shit. Get you some nuts, learn how to dehydrate your food, get you some damn weapons. Those of you that can't get weapons, get with someone that can, okay? Get you a fucking nail gun, get you a baseball bat, get you some damn 2x4s, drop you some nails in that bitch. I mean, come on. Teach your kids how to, look, teach your kids how to protect themselves.
Always keep
kids not in
a
school.
screwdriver in the pocket.
I'm sorry.
I said always keep a screwdriver in the pocket, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we got to see things as weapons. When I worked in the jail and prison,
my hair is my hair is actually locked up. And you know how the little Chinese women be wearing them little sticks or whatever in their damn hair? Y'all give me some damn wooden ice sticks. I paint them little jokers up, make it look like a nice little, you know, piece in my hair, and I keep it moving. I keep me some shit in my damn titties. I don't give a shit. You know how you women, we have them bras or whatever, and your titties kind of fall down low to your bra. You got the little space in between your titties. Put you some protection right there. I mean, they got 22s you can carry right there. Do not be out here, man, like without anything. Without anything. If you all really sit and look at that video with the gentleman jogging, the brother fought, y'all. Look, if they did not have them guns, he would have whooped all they ass. That's why it took 3 of them. That's why they had that. You understand? They're scared of us. They're scared of us. Let's give them something to fucking really fear, because they're taking us out. They know we going to go to church and pray it away. We going to get blindsided by the money, how most blindsided by this damn stimulus check and shit. I'm actually seeing people talking, oh, he's finna give out another stimulus check. He got my vote. The lies you fucking tell. The lies you fucking tell. It's all a game. Don't play the fucking game. Don't play it. Don't play it. Let that shit fall the way that they need it to fall, but do what you have to do for you and yours and our community. Let's do what we have to do for us, Black people. Wall Street can be rebuilt. We can get through this, but we have to do it collectively. If motherfucking Florida go on fucking strike and they say, hey, I ain't paying no goddamn bills no more, I ain't paying no motherfucking rent, they got a one day, it's been went viral on Facebook Messenger. I done got about 20 of them. They saying July 7, don't buy anything, support all Black. Look, do it any damn way. Why we just doing it for one day?
Right.
Don't go to no stores and look, no. You're not understanding the bigger picture, family. They shut shit down. They shut shit down. White folks did. Black folks need to show them that we can do it bigger and harder. Okay, they not finna come in every single Black neighborhood and put you out. That's why I say get you some shit. They're the unwanted guests. This is our shit.
That's right.
This is our shit. This is ours. We have to believe in us and believe that it's possible. We can fight this, y'all. They taking us out. They taking us out. You scared of what you don't know. You be surprised when shit come to you. Where your strength come from. You be surprised. You ain't gotta have the fanciest fucking car. You ain't gotta have the big lavish fucking house. You sitting up here in this big ass lavish house and ain't even got shit to protect yourself with. Again, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Throw the makeup, throw the wig, throw the shoes? Come on, man. Come on.
Truth.
I say straight up, y'all, if this shit don't get no better for us, we need to strike worldwide.
Yep.
Why come out and it be your last day?
Black corona.
Okay? Why come out? Yep.
Black corona.
Why come out your house and because of the color of your skin, that's going to be your last day alive? Why? You see the Fed, you just did the video, I hadn't had a chance to watch it. The FedEx guy trying to, do his job. Do his job. We can't even go on our jobs no more and be safe. Our jobs are not even backing us. Why go to by them? But they're going to keep doing it because we keep accepting the bullshit.
Yes.
I know everybody on this feed got bills. Everybody got all sorts of bills, all right? If all the black folks pull out and say, you know what, we ain't paying shit. No mortgage, no rent, no car note. We not paying shit. Don't coming out. You coming out fucking communities, your ass might not make it the fuck out. I don't know bits and pieces of the protest, which I'm somewhat for the protest, but I'm more on the militant level to where if I'm protesting and rallying and you white and you come down the block, I'm not going to negotiate with you. I mean, yes, one thing to walk with guns, but I'm all about using them. But they held a hell of a rally down in Brunswick, and I appreciate those brothers. They were suited and booted. The cops never came down the fucking road, y'all. They never did. They never did. We need more brothers and sisters like that. All right. They made a positive statement. It was a weekend thing, but I'm to the point to where they're open
every day.
Every day. You understand? So a few of them went without guns to the courthouse, right? And they was trying to like redirect and tell them that, you know, the people that's over the case isn't there. Well, they need to get here and we're going to start making examples, okay? Because we're tired of our children dying, and we're tired of having these unnecessary ass unjustly deaths, okay? So unless y'all asses want to fucking have one, because somebody about to go out the fucking window of this fucking courthouse, I suggest you get somebody in this bitch, okay? That's going to be the measure that we're going to have to take to get respected. It might sound a little far-fetched to some of you all, but until you've had it happen to you or someone in your family, you will better understand where I'm coming from. We are not getting the justice, you all. They're not charging them with what they need to be charged with. That's how they fucking walking. Think about the shit with Trayvon Martin, which that's a whole mess right there. But still, their young brother lost his life, okay, due to George Zimmerman. All right. And it's almost like how a pit bull bites someone. They get that taste of blood and they're going to continuously want it. Let me rephrase that for some of you all that might be a little slower than others. That's like a crackhead. You get that first hit of crack and you still want more. OK, that's how white people is. They live off of our blood. All right. Let's not give them any more. Let's not give them any more. Across the board, y'all, we got to wake up and I mean move and react collectively. They shouldn't be coming in our neighborhoods doing this shit. And it's unwarranted and it's not justified. And by the time you think you're going to get some money, they're at a statute and ran out, so you're just going to take a small settlement. That's the thing. No type of money. All right. The little bit of coins that they giving us for shooting our loved ones down, the fucking organs that they done removed is way more than that. So you're getting suckered either way. I'm all about eye for a motherfucking eye, tooth for a fucking tooth. You take out one of mine, I'm sorry. I'm coming after your kids, your dogs. I'm coming after every fucking thing. I don't even fuck if you got mosquitoes, bitch. They getting it too. Shit.
Damn, for real. This is what we need to hear. This is a vibration we need to hear. And this is a sister. We got so many brothers out here who are so quick to grab their phones and not do anything at all. And she's breaking it down to you right here. Brothers, where are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
I mean, I'm going to be right beside you, but are you going to be right beside me? Even if you need me to take lead, I'll be willing to take lead. I just need to know that you got my back, my side, my all. We ain't coming up out this fight. Even if we go in this fight, one of us happen to be taken out, I'm still going to make sure that you get back to where you need. I'm not going to leave you there.
Right. That's right.
We so worried and so distracted by stupid shit. It's getting very real. We don't even know, like I'm telling you, nothing is ever going to go back to normal. It's not going back to normal. You sure can, sure.
Brother Lance.
Yes.
Sister Hope makes very, very good and passionate points. One of the things I wanted to bring back out of the previous conversation is one of the biggest issues that I have with the powers that be in Daytona. I identified and I kind of coined the term a corporate thug, okay? And what I said to the powers that be at Daytona Beach, I told them that I have 100,000 soldiers that show up to my event. And that just riddled chills through their spine. Because my thing, and I used to say it to them, I say, on my word, we can go from being a peaceful event to a not so peaceful event on my word. And that is why, let me say this to you. A lot of people don't know this, but they actually had the National Guard with tanks waiting all at the a place called the Peabody Auditorium, hidden off this main strip where the students couldn't see them, but they brought some damn tanks in because they were so worried about if we were going to decide to tear this bitch up. My thing was, okay, walk softly, but carry a big stick. Now, I said to them, there are a lot of people, by the way, they brought in an exorbitant amount of police officers to where they had like 4 cops on each corner. They brought in over 300 police officers and they were bringing them in from around the country. You hear what I'm saying? And my thing to them was, if y'all hurt one of these kids, understand something. We're not going to do this Rodney King bullshit, okay? we not coming here with singing. We're going to start swinging, okay? And as I said to them, a lot of my participants are heavily armed, yours truly. Yes. I'm a certified marksman, and I pack heavy, okay? And my whole point to them was very simple, okay? We got a lot of iron, okay? And probably, since it's 100,000 of us and only 300 of y'all, I think we got y'all outmanned right now, okay? And that was part of the biggest animus that I was getting. It was because they really were fearful that we was going to shut this bitch down and take it over. Oh, well, they might have a riot. Why are y'all so concerned about us having a riot? Yeah, because is it your guilty conscience? Because you know y'all did us dirty, and y'all not only did us dirty, y'all still trying to do us dirty. But guess what? We ain't from that mode. Our generation ain't with all that stepping and fetching and bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. And the biggest problem that they were having with Black college reunion, they were Black kids who were educated, but they were Black. And that's why they chose to go to a Black college. They want them handkerchief head ass niggas who go to other schools right. and want to sell out and forget their origins. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So we were a bona fide threat because what's worse than the Black man? An educated Black man. Yeah. What's worse than an educated Black man? An educated Black man who got some damn intestinal fortitude. That's what. I'm going to give you back to Sister Hope.
Powerful
well
words.
Stated, well stated.
Loving it.
I'm just so impressed that I found someone that's somewhat level-headed in Daytona Beach. I truly am.
1 in a million.
I truly am.
Y'all had to connect. Seriously. I mean.
Yes. Last night, honestly, did it for me when I was over in Orlando, and the gentleman, he's Haitian descent, and he was he spoke so highly, and I'm just like, you know what, I have to connect. So as soon as I got off last night, I called him. I said, brother, you see, I said, let me tell you. I said, you could have told me you was a little legend. He was like, what are you talking about? So I told him how I met the gentleman, how the gentleman said, he was just like, it was everything. He was like, people came from like everywhere. Like we didn't have cell phones back then. It was beepers and pages and stuff. And I'm like, I know. He was like, the connects this brother had. And he was like, it was so crazy. He said, because, toward the tail end, he was like, police was always, like trying to make it seem like we was tearing up and, just pretty much, lying on what was really going on. And we sitting here looking at the papers and we like, what fights? Like, we didn't see that fight. Like, they wasn't having it. I said they hated the fact that a Black brother, a brother was bringing that to Daytona. Okay. We spoke a little bit about Black Bike Week. All right. Brothers originated over on Beachside with that. All right. And they allowed the whites to go over there and take it over. Why? Stand your damn ground. Stand your damn ground. Like the one they just had, the one they had in March, you know, I talked to a few vendors, you know, I support them. I'm like, so what? The city came and told you to pack up. I mean, you pack up, you're losing dollars. They ain't losing none. Like, stand right here and keep selling your shit. You understand? Like, really? Like, if all of y'all stand out here, what can they do? What can they do? Oh, because I don't give a fuck what the white man said.
Damn right.
Let the black man speak. Let's go off of what the black man said. You understand? Let's go off of what the black woman said. I don't give two shits what the white man said. Mm-hmm. They still gonna make their money, but they stopping yours. Man, look, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. School is still out for our babies. Parents, put your children onto some Neely Fuller. Put your children onto some Dr. Francis Quest Wesleyan. Let your children listen to some Bobby Hammond. Let your children listen to some Brother Quaco, Brother Lance, myself. I know I can be very vulgar. I'll try to clean it up for the babies.
Don't clean. No, ain't no clean it up. Leave all the seasoning. We want our rice with all the seasoning.
Right. But, you know, I do get them parents that do want to listen to the content and they be like, oh, your language. So, you know, but you know what? I mean, we have to give it to them raw. If we don't give it to them raw, the street's going to give it to them raw. So that's why I am who I am. That's mean, I'm a parent as well. I have a 26-year-old daughter. She does well for herself through the ass whoopings, through the cussing, through the beatings, to, ooh, girl, you get on my goddamn nerves. She's okay.
That's right.
It's not going to hurt your child, you cuss. It's not going to. Yes, they do. They do. But we have to get it together. So I'm going to really pay attention to what's going on. I might be back up here. I'm all about a fucking melanated strike until we get respected. Hold your vote. Look, we've been voting for how goddamn long?
And everything's
they give us so much goddamn lip service. Then they send us the coons. And we just, ooh, Obama.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kamala Harris. Ooh, she black. Look who the fuck they working for.
Look damn Kamala Harris.
Look. Y'all pay attention to that checkerboard. That checkerboard, what color? It's black and red. It's black and red. The black people, the pond, the blood, the energy. Pay attention to that chessboard. Look at the pieces on the chessboard. Who are they protecting? It's black and white for a reason. It's black and white. Really understand and comprehend the concept of checkers and chess, you all. It could have been any other colors. It could have been orange and blue. It's black and red for a reason. Yes, that chessboard is black and white because it's always been white people feeling like they're the dominant fucking race against us and we keeping them fucking afloat. But look at the pieces on the damn chessboard, you all. Really look at the pieces. The pieces are these other nations that's helping them keep us and beat us down. It's all a fucking game. And we steady giving them ammo and everything to go against us. Pay attention to everything. See past the bullshit. How many more of us got to fall to our untimely deaths before we say no more? I know y'all probably like, yeah, I can't be able to do no air strike. Think about it. I'm ready to do it. You got the lady Breonna laying in her house, y'all. Laying in her house. And she got 8 bullets. And her old man shot to defend themselves and in jail on unnecessary ass bond.
Don't make it sound.
We got a right to come out of our houses and jog. What harm did this man do? And now they want to pull up his fucking past to justify they fucking wrongdoing. I mean, think about all the heinous shit they've done. They didn't fucking rape us.
Right.
They didn't fucking rape the men. They didn't fucking took our babies and fed them to the alligators and shit. We got so much to dig up on them, to defame them and kill them. Why won't we do it?
SCURV.
Scared of fucking what? We gonna die anyway. We not dying from old age no more. We not dying from these diseases and shit. They giving us the shit, giving us the fucking medicine, making us sick, and still shooting us the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
I shoot back.
We need to start shooting back. We need to start swinging back. As quick as you can fucking pull your phone, try pulling a damn gun and unloading that motherfucker on their asses. They shooting first and making up shit later. You shoot first and fucking walk off like you don't fucking know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Stop being so quick to record everything.
That's right.
Brother Lance, I'm going to get off of here. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
And this platform is open to you anytime, 24/7. To both of you know that. If I'm at the store, I say, hey, I got to take 15 minutes to get back in. But you know, no matter what time of day and night, and you close, so I can come up there too when it come time for the times when we don't need to hold the camera in our hand. We got Brother Quaker and a whole lot of other people all up and down. It's not just, oh, they're on YouTube. We're connected to a lot of people also. We're building on so many different levels. I love that scene of Malcolm X where he was standing in front of the precinct and had all the brothers lined up and turned his finger. Don't think we're just YouTubers. You see what I mean? This is a wonderful platform for us to connect, but we got to take it beyond that in real life, because that's what's going to go down. It's going to go down in real life. They can cut social media off, and here we are looking stupid if we didn't build. And that's what we have to do, is build on many levels. It ain't about hits. It ain't about that at all. How many people can we connect to that are real? All this posturing and keyboard warriors and all this foolishness and little gossip heads and all the little underground networks in the chat room and all. Man, that don't matter. My focus is on the real thing. So I'm ready to build with the both of you, and you know that. And Brother TC, you're going to know that too. And I appreciate the both of y'all. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So within the week, if we can, physically, some way, face-to-face, I'd love to come to Daytona. Whenever you have a little hour, I'm not going to say I'm going to come up there and dominate 6 hours of your time. Just go up there and shoot the camera around the neighborhood. Boom, 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 say a few words and I'm out. Boom, boom. That's how I do it.
Exactly.
Traveling with it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they looking for those votes. So I think, hitting the communities, they might get some better funding after we do our coverage.
Exactly.
See how bad he get them votes in, because me, I keep it 100.
That's right.
I keep it 100. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible, Brother Lance. It truly is.
Mm-hmm. I want to get on foot and make the camera follow you. I'm gonna be right there and just have you talk it out. It may take the car and go a little further, faster, and just have you narrate what the real Daytona Beach is about and how it treats us and all of that, and just show it. Just raw footage right there. That everybody will feel like they're hanging out with us. I ain't cutting nothing out. If I gotta dig my nose, well then you see me dig my nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Thanks. Sister. And much love, my brother.
Likewise, my brother.
Consider me in for anything that you want to do. And Sister Hope will tell you, this is how I roll. All day, every day, quality and quantity. I live for this.
Listen, you were everything she said you were, and a bag of chips.
Well, thank you so much, brother. Wow. So yes. Like I said, when you're ready to come back on again, let me know. We're here. And hit me up anytime. Maybe we can talk a little bit later on and make some plans on some things. See?
All right, brother.
All right?
You take care.
Okay.
All right, much love.
Take care. All right. Peace.
My Lord is I lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. I my Lord is I lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. My Lord is I lost my love. lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. Out of rhythm. My loaded. Said I lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. Out of rhythm. My loaded. Said I lost my love.
You see what I'm saying?
Everybody's in fear, though.
That's what I'm saying. So it's strictly a place of fear that we're operating from. And the fact is that we're not gonna get out of that place. And even sometimes when I speak, and some people will look at me and say, "Man, you gotta be careful of what you say." And I tell people, please do not tell me to be careful in what I have to say. I am not afraid to speak. I am not afraid because, look, I am here to do work. The fact is that when I go to my job, I don't just stand here and look at my job and hoping that it get done in some other way. So the job that I'm here to do, I am doing. I don't want anybody to sit and say, "Oh man, I'm worried about this." Don't worry about me. I don't want people to go around and worry, when is white supremacy going to get him? These are the things that they want you to think. These are the places that they want to put you in.
Paralyzes.
You see what I'm saying is, that's why we don't do nothing. We see our sisters being beaten down in the street as a strong black man, and we stand here and we look, and all we can do is take up our phone and videotape it. And what happened after that? You see what I'm saying? We see these things, and yet we are paralyzed by them. But the fact is that here's where the danger comes in. The danger comes in because I will look at you, okay? Give you a scenario. Here's a white guy over here. He's got a lot of food, even food that he's just wasting. And you have a gun, but you ain't going over there to rob him. But here is it that me or you who live right next to him, who hardly can find enough to eat and feed the family, that's who he's coming to kill. So what does that say to you now? You see, this is so much self-hate. It is so much self-hate that is within you or me that is going to destroy the other person who look like you or me. And the food, all the food is over there. But you won't cross that line to go and get the food that you need. You're going to cross the line to take away what this other person hardly even have. Because you hate yourself so much that you figure if you destroy yourself, then it's good for them. You know, I don't have to worry about this God that's living over there because the God ain't going to give me no food. And if you don't volunteer to give me no food, I'm not going to go over there to take it. That's what I'm saying. So that's the place that we live. That's the place that we live. And so we have to stop feeding into this narrative where we are living in such fear that when a brother starts to speak truth to power, we're ready to say, "Oh man, hush, hush, hush. I don't want the prisoner to come in and get you next or to get me. So be quiet, you know, see, just don't say anything. Be careful what you say." And that's where we live. That's a very dangerous place to live. It is. But the fact is that we can't see that because we're so caught up. We're so caught up and we are hoping. We are hoping that we just wake up one day and everything magically change. And that is the thing where all of our people, a great deal of our people, is waiting for this magical person to come out of the sky and fix everything for them. That's what I'm saying. It is no magical person that is going to fix it for you. When you have a problem in your house, you must be the one to fix it. You see, what I'm saying is I'm dealing from a place of logic. I'm not dealing from a place of imagination. Because we're dealing from a place of imagination. And that's where the problem comes in.
Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and firewater. Tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell sell a man as merchandise. On his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is a black man hell.